Hey there, Capricorn. This is a general reading for the week of March the 21st to March 27th, 2022. We're going to be taking a look at certain values, beliefs, or lessons that have been popping up for you lately and see how they apply to this week in particular. And then we're going to take a look at the long-term implications. So what we have showing up for you is the Mockingbird. Prophecies, communication. So this card is kind of talks about how the mockingbird can mimic other creatures in nature, and also is seen to kind of have the ability to carry with it prophecies. The key with this, with communication, is being able to sing its song, or in your case, sing and use your voice to communicate. So it could be maybe how you are using your voice, where you're applying it. For some of you, it could be that the lesson that's going on here is almost finding your particular kind of your wheelhouse, where your voice carries the furthest, the loudest, and you have impacting the March 21st week reflecting pool, stillness. So that is almost like the Judgment card and the Hangman, in the sense of being still to take a look at what's going on around you. If there's chaos or distraction, just kind of taking some time, maybe meditate. And then the long-term implications, you have fertility. And for some of you, it will actually apply to offspring. And for others, it can be fertility in anything that you want to create and produce. But we'll pull some tarot cards and see what pops up. This one popped up. You have the Hierophant, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Discs. So for the impact for the March 21st week, you have beginnings, which is like the Fool card. You have the Six of Discs, or Six of Pentacles, and you have the Five of Wands. So over here in the long-term implications, we have the Five of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Empress card, which is also about motherhood and creativity, and being able to bring things to life. So over here, the value or lesson, belief that's been going on, it seems that it has to do with thinking about how you can make your mark in the world, create wealth for yourself, prosperity in a traditional versus non-traditional route. So it could be, for example, going to school to be a lawyer versus, writing screenplays, or even becoming a singer, or a Eastern medicine practitioner. So let's take a look at the Hierophant there. you have the King of Cups. So if you are looking at becoming some type of spiritual counselor or a career counselor, an actor, a musician, then it's almost that you're trying to figure out your true voice and how you want it to be heard, like I said, in what realm. Let's take a look at the King of Swords. You have the Princess or Page of Swords, which is about looking at the world, trying to figure out its truth, being curious about how things work and communicating truthfully. So it seems that both those are important characteristics for you. Being able to pursue truth, but also to pursue life with emotion and kind of everything you do. So it's almost maybe not a battle, I guess, trying to blend those in terms of a career possibly. So let's clarify the Ace of Discs. You have the Four of Cups, and on this it says kind of mediation? No, meditation. Totally different. But if you were going to be an attorney, mediation would be appropriate. So basically it's almost like there's a blockage of what your voice is right now, because of, it's almost as if you're hoping something will magically appear for what you would be best at, to best shine and have your light out there, and not really seeing those come along, and almost getting caught inside of yourself, inside of your own head, where you're not even using your voice anymore. So here with this reflecting pool stillness, it is as if you do need that time to kind of figure it out for yourself. And it kind of indicates that you know that you're eager to start whatever path it is. You are 100% eager to start, and with not having that direction, you're still trying to balance things out. Maybe it is that you need to still borrow money, get some loans to kind of manage things, but once you are kind of, your priorities are set, you really want to jump into it. So but with the reflecting pool and stillness, it's almost kind of having you, like giving you like stalling. Let's take a look at the Five of Wands. So what is kind of the conflict there? You have the Seven of Swords, and on here it says deception. So in terms of maybe you're feeling a sense of imposter syndrome, or you're feeling that for some of you it's almost as if you are afraid to take the wrong path, because or to take a path because it might be the wrong one. It might lead you astray. So let's take a look at the Six of Discs. And you have the Three of Cups, friendships. So it could be that maybe you're, while you figure things out, you're relying a lot on your friends to help you. Maybe you're, sleeping on their couch. Maybe they're paying for meals when you guys go out. But just, it's about reciprocity. 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Discs. When someone is in a position to give, they can give. And when someone's in need, they should be able to receive with gratitude. So, and it's back and forth. Let's see what beginnings are here. You have the 5 of Discs, where it's almost as if, in a financial sense, some of you might actually need to be saving your money, so that because of this kind of stillness period, this kind of pause. But I think for majority, it seems like this inability to know which direction is your home or is where you need to go is almost what the holdup is here. So I would say definitely in the meantime, while you're still figuring things out, definitely don't be afraid to rely on your tribe. Don't be afraid to use your voice to ask for help and to discuss, what's going on, so that whenever you take your step forward and you lead to wherever you end up going, it's not as if you did it with a sense of fear or trying to cut corners. You did things the best way you could, and were honest about it in the process. So let's see what's going on with how it applies to fertility. The way that I kind of see it is, this is a broad spectrum. So with the 5 of Swords, it's really knowing when to walk away from something and knowing when it's not going to produce any good results. So in a sense, it's like shooting blanks. There's no point. It's not going to have a fruitful result. And so these lessons that you're learning will kind of apply for that. And then with the 2 of Cups in the Union, in terms of being able to devote yourself to another person, whether it's romantic, platonic, business relationships, being able to kind of, it's about communicating honestly with that individual. And then in terms of having children, being a mother, and the kind of lessons that you would kind of pass down. How is it that you would want them to use their voice? That's what I'm picking up on. So let's take a look at this 5 of Swords here in the fertility area. You have the 9 of Discs, or 9 of Pentacles, which is about being in a place where you feel confident, you feel secure, you are enjoying the fruits of your hard work, your labor, and that would result when you know when to walk away from situations that are not going to work, and not fighting for something where it's not going to result in feeling good and having the confidence that you want. Let's take a look at the 2 of Cups here. You have the 9 of Wands. So With the Nine of Wands, it's basically feeling that you are putting in a lot of effort, a lot of energy to make something hold, and you're willing to do it. You're not really stoked about it, and you are really exhausted. This process is going to help you find your voice so you can communicate with other people, so you don't have to be at that point. You can avoid being at that point. You can communicate your wants and needs, and not have to feel like you have to do it all yourself. And then let's see with the Empress card over here under fertility, you have the Tower, which is basically belief systems that you had in the past being broken down. The way that I see this, it's about life lessons, long-term life lessons with this fertility. So the Empress provides you with everything you need. It's almost like she is the mother, she is the provider, she is the creator, and that includes creativity. She is the ultimate foundation for everyone. The Tower is the false structure that is built on ego and almost encases people. And the difference here, these lessons that you're going to learn along the way, being able to use your voice to discuss your wants and needs is going to allow you to be more in that Empress energy of feeling confident, being in touch with your feminine side. It doesn't matter what gender or sex you are, but that ability to nurture, having compassion, being able to feel everything. So you're in that King of Cups energy, but also being able to provide, let people, give them what they need, and be able to show them the way if they need that. And that's kind of also like the King of Swords type of energy as well. If you need love, if you need to know what to do, go to the Empress. So I'm seeing the Tower as more of a contrast of how using your voice can create more structure for you, and how not using your voice would lead in situations where you kind of just found yourself in a certain situation where you didn't know how you got there or why you're there, but it's what you know and you're afraid to leave that. So if you want to get a more full perspective of things, take a look at the readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective for your week. We'll see you next time, and take care.